Imagine you are driving a vintage car, right, with a leaky gas tank across a frozen desert.
Oh, that sounds like an absolute nightmare.
It really is. And if you veer off course by just, I don't know, a few degrees, you plunge straight into freezing water.
Yeah, which basically meant certain death.
Exactly. But that was essentially the reality of flying small aircraft across the North Atlantic about 80 years ago. So, welcome to the deep dive.
It's great to be here. Today we are unpacking some really incredible research from the investigators over at the Air Pagan YouTube channel.
Yeah, their team put together some fantastic stuff. Our mission today is to find out exactly how crossing this ocean evolved from this, deadly daredevil stunt into a highly automated science.
It really is a masterclass in risk mitigation. I mean, what used to be a literal coin toss for survival is now a high-altitude logistical endurance test.
Driven mostly by automation, right?
Exactly. It is all about how engineering systematically eliminated nearly every unknown in one of the most hostile environments on Earth.
Well, I was looking at the footage the Air Pagan researchers highlighted, and the contrast is just wild to me.
Oh, it's completely night and day.
Right, like back in the 1940s, pilots were making these terrifying hops across the ice in fuel-starved Messerschmitts.
Using dead reckoning, no less.
Which, for you listening, basically meant navigating with a compass, a stopwatch, and a prayer.
Yeah, and if that stopwatch was off by even a few minutes, fuel starvation was almost guaranteed.
Which is absolutely terrifying.
It is, and that is why establishing those early supply routes through places like Greenland was so critical.
Right. But today, the mechanical reliability has completely changed the game.
Oh, fundamentally, we have moved to these ultra-reliable power plants like the PT6A turboprop engine, but the real magic is the automation managing it.
Right, the FADC systems, full authority digital engine control. But for those of us who aren't mechanics, how does that actually stop you from dropping out of the sky?
Well, think of FADEC as a digital brain for the engine.
Okay, that makes sense.
Instead of a pilot manually tweaking fuel mixtures to avoid a mid-ocean flameout, this system just acts autonomously.
So it's constantly adjusting in the background.
Exactly. It measures air density, temperature, and pressure literally thousands of times a second. It adjusts the fuel flow instantly so the engine never chokes in that thin air.
Wow. And they combine that with those massive temporary ferry tanks strapped inside the cabin, right?
Yeah, which transforms a standard 4-hour light aircraft into a 10-hour transoceanic endurance machine.
So the engine essentially diagnoses and protects itself now.
Precisely. But, a flawless engine doesn't really matter if you fly directly into a supercell storm.
Which brings us to the digital shield.
Yes, the modern weather and navigation tools.
It's fascinating because we went from pilots literally flying the beam, which was just listening to faint radio static, to guess their heading.
Sounds completely exhausting.
Right. And now we have 2026 satellite-linked meteorology. The Air Pagan channel really details how pilots get live data feeds now.
Yeah, right to their navigation tablets. They get real-time updates on oceanic turbulence and structural icing risks.
Which they absolutely need, right? Because navigating the North Atlantic high-level airspace isn't just flying an empty sky.
No, not at all. It is an invisible, heavily congested superhighway where planes have to be tightly packed together.
So they rely on GPS-guided tracks just to thread the needle through all that traffic.
Exactly. And even landing at those remote supply bases, like Narsarsuaq in Greenland, is handled by automated logistical software now.
Just managing slot-based arrivals down to the minute?
Yep, it's totally automated.
Okay, wait. Threading a microscopic needle at 30,000 feet while software tells you exactly when to land, does that completely remove the art of flying this lethal corridor?
I see what you mean. The role has absolutely shifted from fighting the stick and rudder for sheer survival to managing complex data streams.
Right, so the data is everything now.
But that data management is the new art form, Misinterpreting a satellite weather layer out there is just as deadly as a mechanical failure used to be.
Because even if your digital brain hums perfectly and your GPS threads that needle, the aircraft itself can still fail.
Oh, absolutely. And if you go down, the North Atlantic environment really does not care about your software.
Not at all. Which is why the evolution of survival gear is just as extreme as the avionics, right?
Yeah. In the 1940s, pilots wore heavy wool jackets.
Which seems insane today.
It really does. If you ditch in 2-degree water wearing wool, physiological shock and hypothermia will kill you in minutes.
But today they wear those layered Gore-Tex immersion suits.
Exactly. Those suits essentially seal you in.
buying you just the exact number of hours needed for a rescue team to lock onto your personal locator beacon.
That's the idea.
But wait, if the environment is that hostile and the software is that good, why keep the human in the cockpit at all?
It's a really great question.
Like, why aren't these transatlantic ferry flights completely uncrewed by now?
Well, this gets to the ultimate paradox of automation. We have engineered machines to be so perfect that the only fragile, unpredictable variable left in the cockpit is the human.
Right.
Yet, ironically, human unpredictability is the only thing that can save the plane.
Because software rigidly follows programmed rules.
Exactly. When satellite links drop or, say, anomalous freezing rain glazes over the sensors, the software fails.
Just doesn't know what to do.
Right. But a human can break the rules to survive. They really are the final unprogrammable safeguard.
Wow. So we've transformed this legendary daredevil profession into a calculated corporate science.
We really have.
Yet we still desperately need the human element for when the math just breaks down.
It is a profound realization. It shows how human ingenuity conquers the most dangerous environments, one sensor and safety protocol at a time.
Without ever making ourselves entirely obsolete.
Exactly.
It's an incredible evolution, but it does leave you with something pretty wild to ponder.
Oh, Deb.
Think about it. Eventually, autonomous systems will become foolproof enough to replace human ferry pilots entirely.
It's probably just a matter of time.
Right. And when that day comes, how might the actual physical design of these aircraft change once they no longer have to be built around keeping a fragile human alive in freezing conditions? Something for you to think about.